Hey, welcome to this edition of Thrive. As always, I hope it finds you well and that life is good. You know, somebody asked me recently what was one piece of advice that has impacted me or shaped me more significantly than other things. And I thought about it for a moment, and I recall over 25 years ago now, somebody who had a tremendous influence in my life personally. As a young man, as somebody starting out in ministry, as somebody who was wanting to make their mark on the world, this person just said to me something very simple but profound. He said, never forget that your gifts can take you where your character can't sustain you. And that has had a huge influence on me because we focus on giftedness. Whether we are Christian or otherwise, we focus on abilities, on talents, on gifts. We promote people who are gifted, who are better at things than other people. As Christians, we spend a lot of time and invest a lot of energy into discovering our spiritual gifts. And in no way do I want to minimize those. I think we should. I think our spiritual gifts are an indicator of how God's wired us and shaped us and the areas that He wants us to serve Him in. But you are not your gift. You're you. Your gift does not define you. Your gift is merely an expression of what God is doing in your life, of how you're wired, of your experiences and your abilities and everything else. But they are not you. And the reason I say that is that if you really want to thrive, you've got to learn to be comfortable with who you are in yourself. Sadly, so many people have come to the point where their gifts are now define them, that they're not comfortable within themselves unless they are on a stage, unless they have a platform, unless they are living out of their gifts. And I think that's the reason so many people struggled through COVID and why so many people struggle today is it's either because they haven't recognized that their gifts are not them, or they are so used to expressing themselves through their gifts that when the opportunities to do that dried up, they became unsettled within themselves. They became restless. They began to doubt themselves. And that was because they haven't come to peace with who they are. They see themselves through their gift rather than their gift through themselves. You see, what makes you you is not what you do. It's not your gifts. It's how you express yourself. What makes you you is what's more important than anything else. And when you discover what makes you you and you learn to be comfortable with who you are, what happens is you become a rock. You become an influence in other people's lives because life is going to flow out of you because you're comfortable, at peace with yourself. You rest in who you are. What is happening around you doesn't shake you in the way that it shakes others. Opportunity is seen differently because you're not looking to exercise gifts. You are content with yourself and who God has called you to be. Because when you're no longer looking for opportunity to express your gift, when you are living out of who you are, what happens is you represent something that most people lack. And that's why I encourage you just to take a moment to step back and begin to ask yourself, who am I truly? If I strip away what I do, if I strip away my gifts, what's left? And begin to cultivate that. Begin to get comfortable with that. Begin to embrace who you are. It's not to say that you're perfect, but you are embracing who God has made you and called you to be. Everything else flows out of that. And trust me, once you discover that, you're going to discover one of the significant keys that is going to help you thrive. You're going to discover what it means to be at peace with yourself and with life. And there's no greater gift to offer others than that. Because once you have that, you have something that nobody can take away from you. Platform no longer matters. Opportunities no longer are sought in the same way because it's no longer about your gift. It's about you, your character and who you are. So that's my encouragement for you. Seek to know yourself. Don't pursue gifts at the expense of self. Don't seek a platform until you are content without one. Don't look for opportunity until you are happy to be overlooked, because you are at peace with yourself. And at that point, sit back and watch what God does for you. Until next time, God bless you.